It is 12 noon on a foggy, not really nasty cold day. It's kind of a dreary-looking day.
Yeah. Looks like a day that you would find in Scotland
Yes. Or Dublin.
or your native land,
Yes, Dublin.
Dublin.
Or Belfast. Either or.
Yeah, but it's supposed to get into the 60s today, so it's nice. It's kind of that in-between weather.
We got to get you well so you can go
Yeah, man.
hit the golf ball.
Well, me and my wife, we've both been battling it. And she actually went to the doctor. She's on antibiotics. I think I'm on the other side of it. I hope I am. I just don't want that other crud that people are getting.
Yeah. Not good.
No, it's a variation of the flu.
Conrad Van Order will be back with us on Thursday. He's taken a few days off because of the absolute disgusting display of football in Pasadena, California.
Is this his reset where he
He is. He said he needed some time, needed absolutely to kind of compartmentalize what took place in California, wanted to make sure that moving forward that he was in the right headspace in the transfer portal.
I had heard a rumor that he was doing one of those purges, one of those cleanses like Aaron Rodgers does.
I know he went to a dark space, had some mushrooms, so we'll see when he comes out of the dark place if he is recommitted to the Alabama Crimson Tide.
I'm just thinking about Conrad and hygiene sometimes not being at the top of his list and coming out from a dark place where he's been eating mushrooms and purging.
Yeah.
Maybe an extra day
Yeah.
as a buffer before he comes back to work.
Yep. So he'll be back with us on Thursday. Big story this morning, the Auburn Tigers. They get their quarterback out of the transfer portal. Byron Brown commits to Auburn, led the country with 347 yards of total offense per game. He threw for over 3,000 yards, rushed for another 1,000. He completed more than 66% of his passes. He had 28 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He had 175 carries on the ground, 1,008 yards, 14 touchdowns. He had at least one rushing touchdown in the final 8 games of the regular season for the Bulls. So we were just talking about it, Landrum. We both anticipate that Byron Brown is going to be one of the highest paid quarterbacks in college football for 2026. So I would think that Auburn definitely went above $3 million.
Yeah, I would think so, and it would be interesting whatever that final number looks like. But you think about the likes, and already if Auburn in their personnel department was doing the rough math prior to Cam Coleman and some of these other guys, what it was going to take to retain their services money-wise, I would think that Auburn probably has a little bit more money to play with now. I don't know if that's a good thing because you certainly would have liked to have kept Cam Coleman, but Byron Brown, my guess is going to be $3.5 million.
I was told that Jackson Arnold last year made 2, that Cam Coleman made 1.8. So right there off the top of your head, that's almost $4 million that you can allocate back into the portal.
Well, and Byron Brown and their representation, the comparison is we're not just talking about potential. We're talking about games played, actual games versus meaningful competition and putting up really good numbers. What, 65% completion?
66%.
Percentage. You had 42 touchdowns that you accounted for, 28 through the air, 14 the other way. So I think that Byron Brown probably should be in that range. It's just, I don't know why it is. It needs to quit surprising me, the numbers that we see from year to year, Pat. And now you've consolidated it all into one portal.
Yeah. 15 days till January the 16th. Also on the Auburn front, South Florida receiver Jeremy Coger, South Florida cornerback Gavin Jenkins, South Florida running back Nakai Davenport, South Florida tight end Jonathan Eccles all have signed as well with Auburn. Meanwhile, South Florida transfer safety Fred Gaskins III, he has committed to Auburn. Meanwhile, yesterday you had Howard transfer tight end Xavier Newsome. He visited Auburn. Also, Florida transfer running back Jacoby Jackson visited Auburn. A couple of Auburn guys that apparently have found new homes that went into the portal. Ashton Daniels, the quarterback for the Auburn Tigers, the backup quarterback, he is expected to transfer to Florida State. I wonder if FSU Dave is happy about Ashton Daniels.
I saw his NIL value was at $331,000
Okay.
for Ashton Daniels. Now, by comparison, Byron Brown on 3, his NIL valuation is $1.6 million.
Okay. So Ashton Daniels has 4,700 career total passing yards. Of course, he was at Stanford before he came over to Auburn. He had 1,400 rushing yards, 35 total touchdowns.
How about PJ Fleck? Speaking of Auburn, Perry Thompson, former Foley High School wide receiver.
I did not figure that he would end up at Minnesota.
No, but you look at his body type and what they like to do. Now, if you remember back when Minnesota actually had a couple of years of pretty good success.
Yeah.
Go back and look at their quarterback and where their wide receivers came from. A lot of that skill position talent came from the Deep South.
Yeah, it came from the South.
Yep.
Also, all-SEC linebacker Robert Woodyard, who spent 4 seasons at Auburn, he has committed to transfer to Missouri. So he's going to join Austin Simmons. Austin Simmons, the backup quarterback at Ole Miss, he signed paperwork yesterday. He's going to Mizzou. Meanwhile, on the Alabama front, a little bit of news this morning. Defensive lineman James Smith entered the NCAA transfer portal. Smith, a junior, played in 37 games over 3 seasons for the Tide. He made 12 starts. All of his starts came this season. Yesterday, Qua Russaw, he went into the transfer portal with Yonsei Pierre's emergence after Russaw's injury. That solidified, obviously, the coaching staff's belief that Pierre is going to get the majority of the playing time instead of Russaw. So Russaw has moved into the portal. Alabama is attempting to try to bring back defensive lineman Keon Keeley, while wide receiver Rico Scott, who entered the portal on Sunday, he opted to return to Alabama out of the transfer portal. Still no news on Ty Simpson, still trying to make his decision, what's going to potentially happen with his future, whether it's going to be NFL, whether it's going to be coming back to Alabama. Bama did get their top running back that they were looking for. Hollywood Smothers, the NC State running back. He led the ACC in total rushing yards last year. He is on his way back to the South to Tuscaloosa as he commits to Alabama. He spent 2 years at NC State, 1 at Oklahoma. Over that time, Smothers tallied 260 carries for 1,500 yards and 12 touchdowns. He'll be a redshirt junior this year. He averaged 85 yards per game rushing for the Wolfpack last year. And I brought up this video earlier, Landrum. It was pretty fun to go back and watch. On signing day 3 years ago, it was between Oklahoma, NC State, Alabama, and a couple other schools. And he had all the hats laying out in front of him. And the first hat that he grabbed was Alabama, and he quickly slung it to the ground. And then the next hat he put on was an NC State hat, in which he then removed and put the Oklahoma cap on and swore his allegiance to the Oklahoma Sooners. That lasted 1 year, went to NC State for 2 years, and now he's at Alabama. So the 3 hats that he picked up that day on signing day, he will have played if he gets on the field for 1 down at Alabama. The 3 hats that he put on or had in his hand that day, he would have played for him.
Well, running back, a position that Alabama has to address. Offensive line, obviously. But I look back to the few years that we've had the transfer portal era. Who would you say was the best running back acquisition out of the portal? Would it have been our guy from Georgia Tech?
Jameer Gibbs. Oh.
Who would be next after that, though?
I will never forget the day that he committed to Alabama, and you and I – we were sitting in studio during a commercial break, and listen,
salivating.
And we were both like, okay, we'll admit we don't know a lot about Jameer Gibbs, but you know what? Let's take a look. We put his tape on, and the first 30 seconds, you and I looked at each other, and we were like going,
yeah, that's different.
Oh, my.
You know different when you see it, and that was different.
And it was just like, oh, my gosh. And now a lot of Alabama fans think that he was underutilized in that offense. You see what he's been able to do at the next level.
Gosh.
It's scary.
Yeah.
What he's been able to do.
A good pickup there from Smothers. I was asking the question, when are more high-profile guys gonna enter the portal, and when we're gonna see it? Well, it looks like we just got one. And it's Missouri edge rusher Damon Wilson II, who played 2 years at Georgia, if you remember.
Who's now
Then
entangled in lawsuits.
Yeah, made the move to Missouri. He's got 1 season of eligibility left, and this was a guy that was number 20 overall and number 3 edge rusher in the 2023
I wonder if
class of
Alabama would be
five-star.
interested in him.
I would think that Alabama would. I think everybody would be interested in a guy like that.
Especially since it appears that Alabama, if James Smith stays in the transfer portal, you're looking at the potential of an entire brand new defensive line for Alabama.
Well, also you think about Auburn. Would they be willing to shell out some big bucks for a guy like that? Because you lose Keldrick Faulk, you lose some of that edge, a lot of that production. So
we love spending other people's money, don't we?
Yeah, we do. But that's what these coaches are doing. They're spending somebody else's money that's donated to the collective or has written a big check, which I think is funny in all of this. Not saying that you don't – and personnel departments, they've changed since we've gotten more entrenched into this era. But if the two of us, and we've been in private business, Pat, but if the two of us, you give us $30 million and we've got to allocate that and fill out a roster. Now, some of these coaches, very desperate. You think about if you're a position coach, you've got to have that one guy. There's that one piece. And I argue, the exception of the quarterback position, if you need one piece, then you probably need other pieces.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'd be great at doing it. So it's what's the number? 1.2. Where do you get that from? Well, that's what the other school says that they're offering. Do we know that this kid's no, but we got to have him. All right, 1.4. Signed, sealed, delivered. That's the nature of this, and it's speed dating for a lot of these guys. You only have so much time to get to know somebody and make a call.
So it's interesting because I just saw where the University of Florida that they have just re-signed Jaden Ball, who was number 3 in the SEC in rushing last year. So number 1 in the SEC last year was Ahmad Hardy. He re-signed with Mizzou. Kejuan Lacey at Ole Miss, he's been re-signed by the Rebels. And now Jaden Ball, he has re-signed for the Florida Gators. So that's a big, not get, but I guess a big retention for John Sumrall and the Florida Gators
now
to be able
you
to get
added
your
as
top running back.
Now and having to renegotiate with most of these guys at the end of the year, you take that as a win and as an addition. And a guy that you weren't certain was going to be on your squad for next season. 2
running backs in the SEC averaged over 100 yards rushing this year. Hardy at a 127 a game, Lacey at 105, and Jaden Ball right under 100 at 97, about 98 yards per game. So that's big for Florida to be able to get their top running back to commit to come back.
And we still have how many days left in the portal?
Until the 16th.
We got 10 days left?
Yep, 10 days.
So a lot more action. Do we start seeing more Wilsons enter the portal? Some of these big names, notable players that we've known from past years. My guess is yes, but it remains to be seen. Also, if you're a North Carolina Tar Heel football fan, which I know you are, Pat.
Huge.
Former Texas A&M quarterback Miles O'Neal, he is committed to North Carolina to replace Gio Lopez.
And if I'm not mistaken, he was at Texas A&M, and Bobby Petrino had brought him to Texas A&M when he was the offensive coordinator for Jimbo Fisher. And so, obviously, he liked what he saw because now Bobby Petrino, who's the offensive coordinator for Bill Belichick in North Carolina, they're getting him to follow suit and go to Chapel Hill.
Earl Little Jr., you think Alabama wants him back?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't believe so.
But he's entered the portal.
No.
Out of Florida State.
Okay.
If anybody needs the safety that played at Alabama and Florida State, Earl Little is available.
Okay. You know, when it comes to protecting your home or business, you need a roofing team that truly abides by quality. That's Abide Roofing. Abide Roofing offers tailored roofing solutions for every need, your family home, your commercial building, whatever you got. They deliver custom work that fits your style and your situation. And the Abide crew, I saw it firsthand. They put a brand new roof on my home. They bring their A game every single day. Highly skilled pros. They work with precision, pride, and commitment at getting the job done right the very first time. And it's always safety first at Abide. They use the latest tools following the highest standards, keeping your property and your team protected from start to finish. their work is built to last. It's another reason why I went to Travis Lloyd and Abide Roofing. There's no shortcuts. There's no compromises. Only the best materials giving you durability, weather resistance, and long-term value. 25 years of trusted experience. They're also insurance claim masters. I was having some problems with my insurance company. Not an issue with Abide. They were able to represent me, and they were able to get me a brand new roof on my home because they dealt with my insurance company. You also get the warranties, give you the peace of mind. So get started today. Call Abide Roofing at 205-577-7338 or visit their website at abideroof.com.
We continue live from Social Taco here in Homewood. We got a lot of friends here. You still got time to get into Social Taco right next to City Hall here in the square in Homewood. If you want to peruse the menu before doing so, you can do it at Social Taco Bar. More college football transfer portal news. The news is hot and heavy. We'll continue to update you as we continue here on Jocks. Welcome back in. Packed house here at Social Taco in the Taco Terrace in Homewood. Landrum and Pat hanging out with a lot of our great Jocks listeners. We're here every Tuesday from 10 to 2 in the square in Homewood. Also, just down the street from us is Mandu. It's in downtown Homewood. It's electrical muscle stimulation fitness. You can start 2026 off in a great way, and that is the model of health. You can do it at Mandu. Mandu Electrical Muscle Stimulation Fitness, 15-minute workout, the equivalent to 6 hours in the gym, all FDA approved. Your first visit's free, and they'll put you through the 15-minute workout. Take me up on it. No other obligations. First workout is free, MANDUU.com. Downtown Homewood. Tell Paul and the gang that Landrum from Jock sent you.
Oh, my goodness. You want to talk about the rivalry out west between Oklahoma and Texas. It's going to be a little bit more juicy this next year at the Cotton Bowl. Former Texas receiver Parker Livingstone has committed to Oklahoma.
Ooh.
He took visits to Indiana and Oklahoma and decided to pick his former school's arch rival. He had 516 receiving yards as a freshman. So Parker Livingstone, a lot of people at Texas, they were surprised that Livingstone decided that he was going to leave Arch Manning in that program.
Yeah, but why would you want to stay and compete with Cam Coleman on the outside?
Maybe that's it. Maybe they decided, you know what? Our money allocation is going to go towards this kid out of Alabama as opposed to giving it to Parker Livingstone. So very interesting.
It is very interesting.
So he is committed to Oklahoma. In this new world of college football, it's fascinating because it's just a matter of time, right, before we have that happen between Alabama and Auburn, like a high-profile kid. I mean, I know we've had battles in high school where a kid will commit to Auburn or Alabama and they'll end up at the other school.
One of the most notable examples, everybody always points to Reuben Foster, and that was his commitment, but Corey Grant, a kid from Ben Russell High School that started his career at Alabama and then went to Auburn and actually had meaningful production. How many more have we had? We had the brothers, right? Was it Petey Smith and Eric Smith? But Eric Smith never started at. Anyways, yeah, it'll be interesting the day that it happens. Livingstone, does he go horns down? When you get to Norman, I mean, when you get off the plane, you turn the horns down?
All right, so there's a story in the Knoxville News Sentinel that was just posted minutes ago, and I have not had a chance to read it in its entirety, but I'm just going to read you the headline. Knoxville News Sentinel, here's why Ty Simpson would transfer to Tennessee football for 2026. That's the headline. The idea of Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson transferring to Tennessee football is a legitimate possibility, or is it just wishful thinking by UT fans? Either way, it's hard to find a Knoxville Sports Talk radio show or a UT fan social media account that isn't obsessed with the prospect of him playing for the Vols in 2026. Numerous media reports have linked Simpson to Tennessee, that is, if he doesn't declare for the 2026 NFL Draft and if he doesn't return to Alabama. Those are two big ifs. Simpson's sports agent Peter Webb told the Knoxville News Sentinel that the quarterback is weighing his options. He specifically commented on Simpson's consideration of the NFL Draft. Still no decisions have been made by Ty declaring for the draft, Webb told the Knoxville News Sentinel. He is still evaluating everything with his family this week and having a lot of calls with close advisors so he can make a very informed decision, end of quote. But why would Simpson, a one-time Heisman Trophy candidate, leave Alabama for rival Tennessee? There's some logic to it, but also some big hurdles. Let's explain why the story does have legs. If you're just tuning in, this is a Knoxville News story about Ty Simpson potentially being the next quarterback at Tennessee. Why wouldn't Ty Simpson gone to Tennessee if not for this? Tim Simpson was a five-star recruit in the 2022 class out of Martin Westview High in West Tennessee. He chose Alabama over Tennessee. Nick Saban, coaching a perennial national title contender, made it a very good option. Instead, Alabama got his commitment on February 26, 2021, a month after UT hired Josh Heupel. In-person recruiting was restricted by COVID at the time. Heupel was too far behind to make up ground, and UT was facing multi-year probation and the possibility of a bowl ban during Simpson's playing career. So Simpson chose Alabama. Tennessee fans are now hoping that Josh Heupel has a secret plan. The Simpson to Tennessee narrative also has gained momentum because UT fans are anxious to land a quarterback. As of January 6, 14 of the top 20 quarterbacks in the portal have committed to schools. No quarterbacks have visited Tennessee. Heupel has indicated that UT needs to add a quarterback from the portal or go with George McIntyre, the former four-star recruit, or Faison Brandon, a five-star signee. If UT doesn't get a quarterback in the portal, Joey Aguilar returning or Simpson transferring seems to be the most viable options. So the article goes on and on, talking about Ty Simpson, where he potentially could land in the draft. But I find this extremely fascinating that the Knoxville News-Sentinel posted an entire article about the potential of Ty Simpson ending up at Tennessee.
Yeah, and Tennessee's certainly with what they faced, and I guess it ended up better than expected with Joey Aguilar. He wasn't perfect, but with the whole Nico fallout, you got to get that right, especially in that offense, and we've seen that. Now would be the time to do it. I don't see Ty Simpson making that move. Just something tells me that I think he goes to the NFL.
I do too. I think, and I brought it up yesterday. I went and I was looking at all the current mock draft grades, and listen, it's split right down the middle. There's half of them that say that he is not a first-round draft pick, and then you have Mel Kiper Jr. saying that he's the third best available quarterback. You've got other mock drafts saying that this is going to be, a very light quarterback draft, and he very easily could be a late first-round pick or an early day 2 pick in the second round. So, we'll see what happens. But I think when it's all said and done, he will have an opportunity because of the fact that this is going to be a light quarterback draft class. I think he ends up in the NFL.
I'm just doing some rough jotting down and looking at, and some of these schools, they have not landed their quarterback for next season out of the portal in the SEC. But as we're looking at the list, no Diego Pavia. We think Joey Aguilar is not going to be able to play anymore. Some of the other guys, would you say that if Ty Simpson does come back, would he be a top 5 SEC quarterback? I think the answer to that is yes.
Yes.
Next question, would Byron Brown be a top 5 SEC quarterback? Think about the names. Trinidad Chambliss, think he's going to be back next year in the SEC, right?
Yes.
Arch Manning, yes. Sam Leavitt, it's question mark.
Marcel Reed,
Texas A&M, yes.
John Mateer.
John Mateer, yes. How about South Carolina?
Lenore Sellers finished 11th in the SEC in passing. I say no. He's not a top 5.
Okay.
Gunnar Stockton, absolutely top 5.
Yep. Kentucky, who's their newest quarterback? Help me, refresh me.
Oh, goodness. You had to ask me.
Okay, so let's just keep it on Auburn and Alabama. Just given what we know, do you think Ty Simpson and Byron Brown, both top 5 quarterbacks as it stands right now, entering SEC next year?
I think so.
Okay, I do too. And I don't know, have you seen a lot of people questioning Byron Brown, and does his ability translate to the SEC?
No, I've not heard one single person question that at all.
Just looking at the rest of the quarterbacks that are in the portal, I mean, you've got Jackson Arnold showing up on first page.
I mean, just look at this. Whether Aguilar gets another year or not, remember he's involved in that whole Diego Pavia lawsuit. So what if Pavia and Aguilar both win another year of eligibility? Then you're going to have literally, and if Ty Simpson comes back to Alabama, you're going to have the top seven, statistically speaking, quarterbacks back at their respective schools. Statistically speaking, the top 7.
Wow.
If Aguilar and Diego Pavia, if they get their – and Chambliss, because that's the top 3 quarterbacks. Statistically speaking, the top 3 quarterbacks was Aguilar, Pavia, Chambliss, and then Reed was 4th, Arch Manning, John Mateer was 6th, Ty Simpson was 7th.
Oh, and I forgot Austin Simmons now is going to be at Missouri.
Yeah.
in that offense. And before he was replaced by Trinidad, Austin Simmons, they thought he was going to be great.
Yeah.
Not only that, he's got a really big brain. He's a really good student.
He's very smart. He graduated early from high school, graduated early from Ole Miss, and so I guess he's a graduate transfer at Missouri, and he's like 16. All right, we're live at Social Taco. We're here until 2 o'clock. At 1 o'clock.
If you're 16, does the NCAA, they give you that extra 2 years that
Probably.
they didn't feel like you had to fully develop as a young man?
Probably so.
Why not?
Yeah.
Ask for the waiver.
We're live at Social Taco. Dimitri Ravanos from, where's he now? Awful Announcing, and he changes like every 2 weeks.
He's awful announcing.
Okay.
SEC Unfiltered.
No, he's not there anymore.
There's not?
Maybe not. No. Maybe. I don't know.
Three-man front Unfiltered.
The bubble bath.
The bubble bath.
Yeah.
Dimitri, he's just a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
Ancient Greek history. We want to go there with him. We can.
All right. We will discuss the transfer portal, and we'll open up the phones. We've got some guys been on hold, very patient. We'll get to those next on Three Man Front.
this takes me back.
Oh, yeah. Little Def Leppard.
This is amazing. Guy with one arm could drum like he did.
Yep.
We're live here at Social Taco in Homewood, here in the Terrace. Join us every single Tuesday for the Mix and Match Taco Tuesday. But it's not just tacos, Pat. We've got chicken feathers. We've got Mexican pizzas, burritos, bowls, sandwiches, handhelds. It's just a great place. And even if you're not going to come in and enjoy lunch, which we highly encourage you to do, how about the fellowship we got right now? We got
it's getting ugly.
Gringo wearing the Auburn shirt. We've got FSU Dave being buffered by Don Don, who is sitting next to Bama Hater. Then we've got Stan the Godfather. Then we got Alabama fan. We've got Fat Joe, another Alabama fan, another Alabama
Oh,
fan.
yeah. You got one side of the table, you got Alabama fans debating with Bama Hater and Don Don.
We got Mississippi State. We got Auburn. We got Tennessee over here.
Yeah.
We got
UAB.
LSU. We got
a couple UAB guys.
Yep. We got a Kentucky. And LSU was here. I don't know where LSU went. Maybe at Oxford, Mississippi. Out of the portal.
We're very well represented here.
Yeah, Bama Hater. I think he put on everything Miami that he has. Why not riding high? He's smelling a natty, Pat.
Absolutely. He should. They're a very good football team. Today's a historic day. On this date in Bessemer, Alabama, guess what took place?
On this date, one Vincent Edward Jackson was born.
That is incorrect. That's a good guess, but that is not correct.
This date in Bessemer, Alabama.
This day in Bessemer, Alabama history. This should be like a new segment on the show every day. This day in Bessemer, Alabama history.
This day in Bessemer, Alabama history, the Sears department store opened up.
That did not happen on this date.
Okay.
So this historic date in Bessemer, Alabama history, Jameis Leonard Winston was born in Bessemer, Alabama 32 years ago, the youngest ever Heisman Trophy winning recipient. Went to Hueytown High School. He's a Golden Gopher. Almost went to Alabama to play a little baseball, a little football, but instead he went to Florida State University, where he won a Heisman Trophy and a national championship.
I used to watch him pitch when Florida State was on. He could hum it pretty good.
Isn't it crazy to think that he's just 32 years old?
It is.
Because he's had that role the last couple of years in the NFL as a backup, you automatically believe that he is like, what, mid-30s?
Yeah, I was thinking 34 at the youngest.
32 years young.
Wow. Yeah, very eventful career, to say the least.
Mm-hmm. Sure has.
Where is he now?
New York Giants.
That's right. New York Giants.
Think about that quarterback room when the season began. You had Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Jackson Dart.
Yeah. That's wild. The text line is open, 205-834-9450. Going back to Def Leppard, lots of footwork on the drummer. Yeah, I would say so.
Mm-hmm. Molly, you said that was one of your favorite songs?
Yeah, I love that song.
That's awesome.
And I love Toto, too, but I already played some Toto today.
William texts in, I personally don't think that Ty Simpson is going to be the next NFL Cinderella, but he's guaranteed a first or at least a high second-round pick. Truck stop money doesn't equal to that. He gone. Time to move on. RTR. Sean says it's not going to matter who transfers or stays or whomever is recruited out of high school at Alabama, as long as that blank, incompetent, lost, overrated, sorry coaching staff is still there. They're not developing talent. It seems to be regressing, and they're not putting them in the best positions to be successful. Sean, a very passionate Alabama fan.
Now, did he actually – go back to it. Did he actually use the
oh, he did. And we'll start with that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I believed you, but I wanted to see it.
Yes. Let's see. Patrick sends this in from the Jocks app. Hey guys, have you all seen the Twitter thread with the Ha Clinton Dix and his interactions with fans on guys in the portal? It's truly riveting. Would love to hear you guys' reaction.
I have not seen it, but I
No.
will check it out.
Thank you for passing that along, Patrick. This one rolls in. Ty at Tennessee would suck because I respect Ty, but Tennessee can go to hell. NIL has allowed the inmates to run the asylum. Yeah. That's where it is. Somebody asking where Formby is going.
I've heard a couple of different things on Formby. I hear Texas A&M is extremely interested in his services. I also hear that Kentucky is another school of interest. I hear it would be a nice financial situation if he leaves.
This is a question from the app. Guys, can you sign players that are entered the portal after the portal closes? That's
Yes.
just a question. Yes.
Yes,
You have a
technically
deadline to enter.
is January
but
16th.
To make your decision, I guess you could.
You can go as long as you want to. As long as your paperwork is in before January 16th, then at that point in time, you have the luxury of deciding what you want to do.
They go on to say, have a great day, guys, and God bless you for your good show. God bless you. Thank you. We appreciate you. Donnie says, from that, we go to Donnie. You guys are so full of bleep.
What are we full of?
Bleep.
Why?
I don't know. He sent that at 12:03.
What are we
I
doing?
mean,
at
we're honest
12:03?
about being full of it at times. We try to telegraph that we're being full of it.
Yeah.
But, yes, you get that from time to time here on the show. Thanks for listening. This one coming in, this is going to be a screen grab, so we got to be careful.
Is this going in your best of?
We got to be careful. Got to be careful here, Pat.
Oh, I got you.
Okay. This is fine. This is an Alabama. Alabama signed 28 recruits in the 2023 class. Only 6 are left. 3 of which are Bray Hubbard, Jan Pierre, and Caden Proctor, who each have a decision to make in the next few days regarding their future. That leaves just Connor Talty, Edric Hill, and Jordan Renari. A complete roster implosion in Tuscaloosa. That coming from our friends at, I don't know if they're friends, Crimson Coverage.
Okay, so Clinton Dix. I just found what the texter was referring to. So 1 hour ago on Twitter, Clinton Dix, outstanding former DB for Alabama, had a really good career in the NFL, played for the Green Bay Packers, two-time national championship. He posted the following: go watch the tape and tell me what guys y'all are upset about leaving based off production. I'm in the office all day. I'll wait. So somebody responded to him and said, Keon Keeley and Noah Carter, I see a lot of good potential in those kids. I hate to lose them. College football today breaks my heart. Responded to that tweet and said, potential, this is a production business. We have to develop and win in this collegiate game, and we don't check off a box called potential.
I love this. I think it would be great. Every coaching staff, every program in the SEC has a Clinton Dix that you have that correspondence to fans. Because you think about it, it can only help you. You're explaining some of these decisions that normally fans don't get, and then we come up with our own conclusions on how they arrived at these decisions. But more transparency with this, or I would hate to see it, but you know why he's not here? Because he's a butthead, and he doesn't want to be a good teammate. Let's see some more of this.
Yeah, his response was potential. This is a production business. We have to
Yes.
develop and win in this collegiate game. We don't check off a box called potential.
Love it. This one. Now we're getting some more Def Leppard stuff. Jimmy says Def Leppard drummer was twice as good as on the Pyromaniac album. It was recorded just prior to his car accident and losing his arm. Uh-huh. See what you did there. He persevered, though. Drake still waiting on Jaden Ball. Good thing is, as of now, he's not in the portal out of Florida.
No, he re-signed with Florida.
Okay.
Yep. No, they announced that. So he is back for Florida in 2026.
Faye, did y'all fire Conrad?
Who?
Now, if you're just joining the show, Faye is from Childerberg. She's a listener. We've never met her. I've conjured up what I think Faye is like.
I know you have.
Well, don't say it like that.
Yeah.
I'm not going down that road. Haven't heard from Conrad since
Wait,
New
let me
Year's,
ask you a question.
the New Year's Day spanking.
Let's go back to what you envision her looking like.
Mhm.
Does she have any
Oh, yeah, it's probably
visible
better.
tattoos?
Yes. And faded out.
Faded out tattoos.
Some, like, faded out, like, old.
Old ink.
Like, I served in the Navy in the 40s. Some old ink. You know what I'm talking about? Kind of smears on the edges.
Does she smoke or do
does
snuff?
she smoke?
Or do snuff?
She did smoke when she was she did snuff when she was a teenager with her grandmama.
Okay. Sitting on the porch.
Yeah, but no, she likes cigarettes. That make her look classy when she's holding it. With
Menthols?
with her leg. 110s, and yes, she is smoking menthols.
Okay.
What else? Faye, I really hope that this accurately describes
Does she have a master's degree?
you. No.
Does she have
But
a college degree?
Well, no, but she did go to trade school.
Okay. I was going to say, does she have a GED
No,
or
I
a
think-
diploma?
I think she stay at home now and maybe retired, but something tells me she cut hair at one time in her life.
You think she owns her own beauty parlor?
Maybe.
Okay. So she's tatted up.
Mm-hmm.
She smokes menthols.
Yep.
She went to a trade school, and she's a beautician.
That's it.
Okay.
Yep.
And she's got a crush on Conrad.
Yep. And shoes are optional for Faye.
Okay.
I think Faye, there's a good chance that Faye has some grocery store feet.
Okay. Man, I wish Faye would walk up these stairs and introduce herself. That would be glorious.
And then she's totally not doing me.
And it's exactly the opposite.
The opposite?
She's like, going for her second doctorate at
Yeah.
UAB. She's like some type of biologist.
She's big into giving back to her community, philanthropy, all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, with her own money. She started a theater there in her own town. Yeah, that's probably who Faye is. With my luck. I hope that Faye took all of this and fun. Faye, if you come to Social Taco, we could meet you.
Yeah.
We could dispel these myths.
Absolutely. All right, we will continue on. This is Three Man Front live at Social Taco. It is 12:52. Coming up at the top of the hour, Dimitri Ravanos. We like to call him Meat. He will join the program, and I understand Faye has texted back into the show.
We've gotten Faye's attention. She got our attention.
Is she pissed?
No.
At what you
Doesn't seem to be.
You stereotyped her.
I did. I totally did. Faye says, I used to cut hair. Now I work at a tanning bed. She goes on to say, I have one tattoo and ask Conrad if he wants to see it. And if you think I'm making this up,
No,
you can read it.
I have
verbatim.
one tattoo. Ask Conrad if he wants to see it. Well, when Conrad is back on the show on Thursday, that will be one of the first things that we ask him.
John Saber has asked a interesting question, guys. He says, does Conrad pretend that Faye looks like Aaron Dolan but 90 years old?
Yeah, we all know that Conrad has he definitely enjoys the work of Aaron Dolan on ESPN.
That's what I've heard. Tay says LMAO at grocery store feet. So Pat knew what I was talking about.
I know exactly what
Tay
you're
knew
talking
what I was
about.
talking about.
Yep.
Oh, Jason's.
Wait, listen to this. Molly, have you ever been inside a convenience store, a grocery store, wearing nothing but your bare feet?
No. Can't say I have.
Okay.
Did I tell you about the video?
I've done it. Have you?
Yeah.
I mean, like you go to the lake or you go somewhere back in the old days, you didn't have the fancy
Yes.
the sandals, and
No.
you're barefoot.
No. You don't
Going
want
to
to put on the
convenience-
tennis
Pair of
shoes?
flip-flops.
You know?
Well, back then we didn't have flip flops, Molly.
No, we didn't. I mean, we just,
Oh, never mind.
we didn't have all the $1 million shoes like you kids have today. It was,
That's right.
you know,
Conrad's the one to talk about shoes. I swear he has more than I do.
that is true.
He's got a lot of shoes, and he always wears those ugly ones.
But no, I can't. A lot of times, been at the lake or the
Yeah.
river, and you got to go in and
My mom used to call it a U-Totem convenience
Yeah.
store. U-Totem.
Yeah.
I got to go to the U-Totem. Run into the U-Totem. We
yeah.
do that.
Up in the Midwest, we had Quick Trip. That was the QT.
Ah, yes, the cutie.
Yep.
And Casey's? Did you guys have Casey's?
No, I didn't have a Casey's.
Oh.
Did I tell you about the science video, though? My science teacher in sixth grade was our first day, and he showed us a video, and it was a woman who had no arms, but she's walking through the grocery
Did
store
she
in
try
slippers.
to catch a football?
She went through all the produce with her feet and her toes, and she could grab, like,
The nectarines with her feet.
it left a big impression on me.
She wasn't trying to catch football.
Dang it.
See, you walked right into that
I
one.
did.